We made it. Yes. Everybody, yes. We made it. Um, what a
Yes.
great week. This week was great. Let's just put it into the universe. This week was great. Out of context. I apologize. But welcome. We are back to Time to Tabletop's live stream of Coldest War. Thanks for everybody that's showing up and watching in VOD. Make sure and follow us, click a button and stuff like that because then you know when new stuff pops up. Kind of helps. What do they say? Make sure to subscribe, ring that bell. Um, I think that's what they say. All the cool cats. I said cool cats. See? Age.
That's
Uh-huh.
definitely what Anthony Fantano says, like word for word.
So, yeah, make sure and do that because most of our stuff is completely on YouTube, and we're trying to keep it just staying there for good. Uh, so, other than that, we're gonna get right into this, the Valhalla arc. So, it's all yours, Michael.
Oh, well, thank you. This is episode three of three of the Valhalla arc entitled Valhalla Falls. And we are nearing the end of the entire series. We have, after this, three more episodes, and the Coldest War will reach its end. Let's go ahead and talk to the characters, the players, and then I'll do a quick recap and we'll get right into it. So please just tell me, real quick who you are, who you're playing, and let's get to the adventure. Starting with Nick.
Oh, starting with me then. Okay, I'm Nick, and I'm playing Zai 16, the psychic experiment, who is about looking forward to seeing his imaginary slash not imaginary friend. So,
Super cool.
yeah.
Also joined by Patrick.
Hello, I am Patrick. I am playing Agent Gabriel Carter. Um, I think this anything else at this point just kind of gone rogue.
Oh,
Interesting.
very true. Very true. Next up, it is Marvin.
Hi, I'm Marvin. I'm going to be playing Sergeant Raymond Dow, the cyborg soldier of tomorrow, who has been told recently by, I think, Agent Carter and his sister Julia, was it Julia? Yeah, it's Julia, that there's a chance that he can finally regain his humanity. Doesn't really know how to feel about that, but he's more or less just trying to contemplate it now. So we'll see how that goes.
Mm, very cool. And rounding us out, very happy to have her here as always. It is Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat. I am playing Lambda 18, who is also a government experiment, but in her case from birth. She's finding out more and more what exactly she is, and kind of dealing with it. In the last game, she definitely ate some people's souls, so that was fun for her. And we'll see what the ramifications of that are once she's awake, because she's in a kind of dream state when she's her monster self. Should be fun. I think she'll feel really good about herself. She's accidentally gone rogue.
Interesting. Um, so that going rogue was all part of a sort of mission you guys are on after you got teleported into the jungles of Balboa during your search for a rogue CIA operator by the name of Captain Cross. Once you got teleported in, you guys discovered that Captain Cross is operating out of a place called Fortress Valhalla, which is a sort of center of a horrible cult, a sanctuary for rogue Nazis, and a center of torture on behalf of the American backed, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Ultra right wing dictatorship that controls the small nation of Balboa. Operating out of this base was a death squad known as the Angels of Death, which you guys last episode encountered, fought, and destroyed. all as part of your new mission on behalf of another escaped experiment, Musadora Vep, to wipe out Fortress Valhalla for good. So, last episode, Angels of Death were destroyed. You guys now have their ID cards to let you enter. Musadora Vep is supposed to meet you at the gates of Valhalla. Just as you're about to head over there, Wampus the Clown showed up. Your sort of assistant sent by the Hermitage with a radio bearing a message straight from your boss saying, "Don't kill the Angels of Death after you totally did, and don't move against Valhalla." Carter shot that radio to pieces, and now you guys are on your way to move against Fortress Valhalla. So I think we'll pick up right outside the gates. Before we do that, there's a flashback to go through. But this is not a flashback. This is like sort of a weird dream or vision that Zai is having. Because Zai, you are not flashing back to your childhood. You are flashing back to Jarrus's childhood. This is one of the few weird memories you've been having, memories that aren't your own. So again, they're more like dreams or visions. And in this vision, you know that you are Jarrus, which is weird because, I mean, you don't have a body. You're just sort of like a spirit, a consciousness with immense and godlike power, kind of radiating through the cosmos. In this particular one, you are doing that when you were encountered by another being, which you know as parents, which is sort of like a father or mother figure. It's another of your species which spawned you in some way. And they say, Jarrus, how's it going?
I'm doing well, parent.
Excellent. Are you ready for our every 600 solar cycles game?
I believe I am.
Ooh, goody. I found just the place for it. So you both head over there, and Parent and you start playing a game of like evolution, where you each kind of take over a subset of creatures, and you sort of subtly change their evolution, each trying to kind of like dominate the other. It just sort of like, I mean, it's the equivalent of like playing catch.
Okay.
So right now you're on some strange out of the way planet, and they're like these kind of weird scaly capybara creatures that have sort of evolved, and you get them on like, one side of a continent, he gets them on the other, and you kind of start like mixing it up and messing with them, changing their evolution a bit. I should say they for Parent. So Parent's like, okay, check this out. And now these capybaras have scorpion tails and are like heading towards, and are sort of with their spiky poison stingers are starting to like kind of dominate the evolutionary scene. So what do you think? How are you gonna like throw that back?
Oh, jeez. Let's see. Stingers. I feel like it would be sort of like a. Yeah, why not? Let's just sort of do a sort of a thicker hide so that the stingers don't actually pierce into it.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, give me just like a raw charisma check for this one.
Using Zai stats?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and use Zai stats for this.
Okay.
For sort of a reason that I'll reveal later.
16?
16. Ooh, that's pretty good. Yeah, you make like a thicker hide, and the stingers aren't able to pierce it. So Parent's like, ooh, very clever. I go offensive, you go defensive. Very clever. And I mean, the centuries go by, or the geological ages go by, and you kind of bat this back and forth. Um, the game sort of goes into like kind of a standstill after a while, or a stalemate. Like the scorpion stingers aren't able to puncture the hides. He gives like they evolve like some nasty, cobra jaws that can sort of pierce through. Maybe you get like some anti venom that resists that, or makes them immune.
Yeah.
And it just sort of like kind of goes to a stalemate, and nobody's really winning or losing. Parents like, well, this is a interesting position we're in.
So it seems.
You have any idea of how to end it?
I mean,
how to win?
How to win? Well,
how to win?
I mean, if it's just between those two, I mean, there's always outside forces that could change the board.
That's true. But then again, let me pose this question to you. The game is not really going anywhere. Why not change the rules? Like, who says that these two subspecies have to fight?
Oh, find a common ground?
Exactly. I mean, why compete at all?
Oh, I mean, usually it's for survival if one, but I guess if they are working together, it is easier to survive.
Working together, I mean, that is part of it. Or two becoming one.
Oh, as in procreation?
That would do it.
Combining the species. I could make for a very formidable creature, indeed.
Let's see what happens. So with that, like, I mean, they're close enough so that the DNA is not too different. They're able to breed, and then in a little while, this new.
Uh-oh. Oh no, I think we lost him.
Mike, are you there?
This DM phrase up is brought to you by Dwarven Form.
Damn. I was gonna do Whiz Kids.
There he is. You're muted.
Now you're muted.
Sorry, guys. So a little bit of bad internet. Hopefully, we're over it.
Yeah. So
cosmic interference.
Yes.
All right. I'll just go ahead and restate the whole thing. So basically, their DNA is similar enough. They're able to interbreed. And after a couple more geological ages pass, a weird capybara-esque creature is created or comes about that's able to dominate the ecosystem of this planet. So parent says, "You are very wise, Jairus, and I am very proud of you, but I'd like to think that there's still things that I can teach you."
Oh, I do not doubt that. You are a parent, after all.
It warms the strange, glowing cosmic void that I have that powers my existence. Thank you. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes winning means changing the rules and combining.
I shall keep that in mind.
All right. I'm gonna go dive into like a black hole and just sort of experience that for a couple millennia. But you know where to find me, or I mean, I guess you don't, but you know, somewhere in the vast reaches of existence, I'll come and say hello sometimes.
Sounds like fun.
Okay, Jairus, goodbye, love you. And parent sort of phases away. All right, so Zai, you're sort of like shocked out of that weird reverie. That vision fades, and you're, back in your normal body, back in the present time. Um, so we've sort of cut ahead a little bit, and you guys are like outside the gates of Valhalla. But I think Lamb had passed out. So did you guys like? I mean, you have like access to a jeep now, so you could just put her in that and driven over to the gates.
Oh, we would do.
Yeah.
That
Let
mean
Lamb
we
take a
had
rest.
would that mean we all take a short rest or something?
Ooh.
I mean, Lamb is, but
I don't need one, so I don't mind driving.
Okay, Carter's driving. Wampus is there too.
I took some hits so I could use it.
Okay, probably Zai took a nap in the back then. Dowd, you want to do a short rest?
Yeah, the repairs and systems took a beating in that last fight.
Okay, I'll say a short rest occurred for everybody except for Carter.
I'm gonna go ahead and do a thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see. Well, first of all, I'm gonna go ahead and try to do the healing from being a monk first. See what I should get from that. She gets 8 from that. And while that type of healing is happening, blood starts coming out from under the eye patch, and then something metal falls out.
And do we all see that happening?
I would say so. This is kind of like during the ride through the jungle.
I probably just hear the splattering and the sound of metal falling. So I'm driving. Is everything okay back there?
Well, I heard metal falling. Was that something off of me? At least I hope not.
Lamb's still asleep.
Wampus is like, oh, I must have dropped my dang keychain. Hold on here. Oh, wait a minute. That's not what this is. Holy god dang hell. What? I think this thing just fell out of Miss Lamb back there.
Wait, what?
Wait,
Do you know what it is?
Yeah, take a look at this doohickey.
Sure. Take a look at it. Well, actually, I'm probably still resting, or I don't know. Is this in the middle of the rest, or is this?
This is kind of towards like the end of the rest, I think.
You could look something over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lamb, what is it?
It's like, it looks sort of like a jagged metal cylinder about this long. It's covered in blood and vitreous humor. Whatever this was, provided you had medicine to understand the substances that are in this thing, it was likely embedded in her eye. It does not look like the sort of thing that accidentally gets embedded in somebody's eye either.
No, this is beyond my knowledge.
There's a little flashing light on it.
Can we do a medicine check to figure out what it is from what you just told us?
Up to you.
I mean, yeah, Kat, it's up to you. Just think of your character.
Sure. What are you using also for technology in this game, Michael? Is it Arcana? Or...
I mean, they could just do. Yeah, Arcana works. You know, it's related to like, kind of weird sci-fi concepts. So yeah, Arcana's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Arcana I will do because I have a +10.
Go for it.
Whoa.
23.
I would say that you're pretty aware that this thing is likely a tracking device and also likely the thing that induces her seizures.
So this is what it is. Dang
It looks very much
monsters.
of the same make as the device that Agent Carter was given to like turn Lamb off and on.
Dowd will hand this to Carter. Carter.
I'm
take it.
driving. What? I can't. What
you
is
can
that?
drive with one hand, Carter. Can't have a
Look,
plan
I can't
inside.
take my eyes off the road. We're in the middle of a goddamn jungle. Tell me what it is.
It's a tracking device, and it looks like the thing that causes lamb seizures.
Yeah,
Well,
let's
then,
find out. Zai will pull out the device and activate it. See what happens.
When you take out the device and activate it, it starts flashing like really quickly. Very similar to the device that she once held up to her own eye that emitted a bunch of flashes. So it looks like this thing basically attached directly to the retinal nerve in her left eye.
get rid of it. Toss it out.
I mean, this looks like it's what triggered Lamb.
Yeah, but it's also a tracking device.
Fair
In that
enough.
case, I'm just gonna crush it then.
Yeah, I mean, Cat, unless you're saying otherwise, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Dab can just destroy it without having
Yeah,
to
no,
roll.
you can just destroy it.
So he
Yep.
does.
Crunch.
It's only made to withstand the pressure inside of somebody's eye, which is not that intense unless you have severe glaucoma. So,
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's smushed.
I'm gonna
Okay.
check on Lamb, make sure she's okay.
I mean, she's
Lamb's-
she's sleeping.
But
But this didn't seem to cause her to wake up at all.
well, Dowd's gonna try and wake her up as gently as he can. But seeing as he's a robot without much feeling in his hand, he's probably just gonna shake her awake.
Oh no.
Lamb,
What?
you were right. Something fell out of your eye. Seems like it was the thing that induced your seizures.
Oh, I don't imagine. I mean, is that good? Can you look at what's going on under there then?
You can take a look.
Okay, she lifts up her eye patch and her eye is an eye. Like before it was all kind of red and bleeding and now it's just an eye. I mean, she's looks perpetually exhausted like she always does, but now her left eye is no longer kind of blind and red and pussy. It's just a human eye. That's what it looked like under there before. I've described it before.
I
Yeah.
know, but it's still just like ugh, to me the
I mean,
entire
it's-
time.
Eye
Oh,
trauma
it's
has
normal
updated.
now.
Trigger warning: eye trauma. But yeah, it's normal.
A little too late for that.
Oops.
Now it's just gonna check
You don't
her
do that
eyeball.
after the fact. Okay, sorry.
Analyzing. Complete. It's a normal eye. Huh, go figure.
Interesting.
Great.
Yeah.
Wampus is like,
Um,
well, hold on. Eyes are not like boogers. They don't just grow. Okay.
mine did.
Yeah, that was weird. Okay, so this is, I mean, nothing's natural about this whole situation, but this is particularly odd. Do you know why that happened?
I think it had to do with consuming the souls of evil people.
Oh my god.
Oh.
These soul. Oh yeah, go on, Zai.
Well, I was just gonna give this back to you and hand Wampus the device that is no longer useful.
Oh, I think Dow destroyed it already. So,
Well,
sorry.
I thought
the
I thought
trigger
Dowd destroyed the,
Oh,
the tiny
right, the
little thing,
triggering
but
device.
The
Yes,
trigger
my bad.
device, yeah.
I mean, if you decided to turn up or down the triggering device, it does nothing to her now.
So
Like,
useless.
this was the thing that triggered it.
Wampus is like, well, that's a good thing, right? I mean, it's like you're
Yeah.
healing.
It's good. My eyes aren't quite working together yet. Everything's a little bit weird, but I think it'll get there.
You did just grow it back after
Yeah.
not having it for a very long time.
It's yeah.
Brain's got to
Well,
adjust.
I mean, repaired it, I guess. I don't know. I know that they came to me while I was sleeping and did tell me that they had a surprise.
Oh.
Surprise!
Surprise. So
Oh.
that, I guess, took. I'm sorry, I was kind of asleep during the fight. How many people did I kill? Eat?
more or
You
less
gave
eat.
4, but you probably killed 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
They were bad people.
Oh,
One
yeah.
of them
Oh,
was
yeah.
a Nazi. Like, straight up a Nazi.
One of them
Yeah.
was actually worse than a Nazi. Believe it or
Somehow.
not, the
Very true, yeah.
Nazis. The Nazis sold it. It brought me a lot of joy to consume it, but there was one that tasted better.
I don't like the
Nice.
sound of that whatsoever.
Probably that
I'm
one.
sorry.
Dude.
I'm not.
No, there are people out there worse than Nazis.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I love the idea of being a monster, but if I'm a monster that kills bad people, that's good, isn't it?
That's a more realistic debate that you're gonna have to figure out on your own.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, I don't think there's much legal difference.
I feel like
No. I don't think there's much difference in legality, just in morality.
well, if you are a monster, you're not the Heritage's monster anymore. Well, Hermitage's.
Unless they catch me again.
But they won't. They won't catch any of us. We're not their monsters.
None of us are monsters.
Are we no
Demons.
longer with the Hermitage anymore?
Yeah, that ship's kind of sailed. We're on our own.
Almost is like, yeah, man. I mean, shooting that radio, that was kind of like, that sent a message. I'll say that.
I would.
That's a thing that actually happened then.
Yes. Wampus, do you want plausible deniability?
I'd appreciate it. I mean, I still kind of.
I pull up my gun and cock it and hand it to Sai. Point it at him.
Oh Lord. Okay, look, can we just not
I mean-
say we did? Can we do that?
I
Huh?
hold
I
up.
could
The,
just-
I hold up the clip. It's not loaded.
Oh,
I mean, I could
okay,
always
that
just-
makes me.
yeah.
Go ahead, Zai.
Zai just pulls out one of his knives. Just like I could always just hold this to him.
The unloaded. gun. The
I
unloaded
don't
gun,
know if
please.
holding a knife to somebody's neck on a bumpy jungle road is maybe the best idea.
Fair enough.
But a gun is. Yes,
If
better.
the gun's,
Yeah.
if the gun's empty,
It is empty,
It's
isn't it?
not. It's not empty. It is fully loaded.
right?
I
Okay.
take my hand off the wheel to do this momentarily. Like, oh shit.
Keep your eyes
Lambda
on the
actually
road, Carter.
Lambda holds the wheel steady with her mind when you take your hands off the
Thank
wheel.
you.
You're welcome. I'm telekinetic still.
Yeah.
I didn't think that
normally.
was gonna change because of something stuck in your eye.
No, it's how. I think. What did it look like? What did it do?
It was a little cylindrical thing, about yay big. Fell out of your eye, had the blinking light on it. As I said, it seemed like the thing that induced your seizures.
No, it makes sense. Flashing lights do trigger them.
So that begs the question: if you had a tracking device, does that mean that I have one too?
Oh, does
Hello.
that mean I have one?
Dowd,
It would be really easy
yeah.
to put one inside of
Ray
you.
probably
Ray.
does, but yeah.
Incredibly easy. They could put like one the size of my fist inside of you, or the size of your fist inside of you, and you know it's not
Probably
gonna
wouldn't notice.
exactly.
Oh, unless we want to open up the armor and try and take that thing out.
Thank you.
there-
Who here can do complex surgery on a mechanical body? Raise your hand, please.
I think
Uh,
you're literally the only person that could do this to yourself, Ray. And I'm gonna guess that there's a failsafe inside of you that won't let you do it.
Well, I can most certainly try to. It's gonna take
But-
out some tinkerer tools.
Do you want to do it now, or do you want to wait till after Valhalla?
On the road.
Don't wait until after Valhalla and get some a little more quiet, and deal with it then.
That
If
would
we
be
could
nice.
find, if we could find Father, then Father's a genius. Provided he's not still working with the Hermitage.
You mean fella Dr. Griff?
Yeah,
Well, he is retired. I know that.
It's also that person that made the medical stuff for I can't remember her name. Patrick can't remember her name. The shapeshifter.
Mizadora?
Mizadora. Is that we always try to track down that doctor to see if they know anything.
Could be interesting.
That's
Seems medical and scientific rather than mechanical doctor. Options. But first, we have a job ahead of us we want to deal with. We got to free Zai's friend.
right. And we do know that Dr. Griff, real name Dr. Sidney Gottlieb, is like he's retired and he's living in Big Sur, California.
She doesn't know that, but if somebody tells her that, she'll be happy for the information.
Right. Dowd, your sister Julia told you that.
Well, the lady that says she's a sister, but
She is.
she is?
She is.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember, but I don't. But let's just say comes from a trusted source, Lamb.
Do you want me to see if I can maybe pull some memories from you? I can try, but that's not really something that I've done before.
Which one of us are you asking?
Doubt. See if I can pull his memories of his sister. They might just be
Maybe.
buried.
I mean, I've been having these weird dreams lately. Flashbacks to back when I was a human. Maybe you can, either one of you maybe, can do something that I help organize this whole mumbo jumbo I got in my head.
I could try. Like I said, it's not really something that I've done before. I usually just influence people and read it, what's in their surface thoughts. I haven't really gone that deep.
Oh,
Hmm.
does
All right, Zai, give me a. What will be a good one here? Maybe let's. I want you to roll. I don't want Dowd to do a saving throw. So let's have Zai do. Let's do a charisma check.
Sure. 15.
15. Okay. With that one down, she does indeed bring a memory to the forefront of your mind. It's a childhood memory of you and Julia when you were younger. And you guys are, it's like, rainy day. Your friends and her friends are like busy, or just when you're at that age when like you can't really, unless your parents are taking you somewhere, like you're not seeing your friends and they don't want to at the moment. So you got to like entertain each other as siblings have to do a lot of the times. And you just got to and you and her just have to find some way to entertain themselves. What do you think you and her would do?
probably catching frogs if it's raining.
Oh, you're those kinds of kids. Just go outside in the rain catching frogs. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, you guys are out there just like with some jars. The rain's coming down. You got like the frogs hopping around the riverbank, like you're chasing them. You're falling into the river. You're getting muddy. You just have this like great memory of just you and her sort of like competing over who can find the biggest frog and like working together to
And just when it's getting to like a halfway point of, hey, he's actually recognizing it, meat shut off, and the machine and then goes, access denied. What the hell was that?
Oh, Nick, you're muted.
That's well, that's annoying. Seems your mechanical side is restricting your memories.
But I could remember childhood.
Well,
And then it's like halfway through, it's just snap back, shut off.
well, maybe it seems we need to give you control instead of the machine, and you'll get more of them.
But that was a good thing. Thanks, Si.
Did what I could. Like I said, first time for everything.
Okay. Agent Carter. Further down the road, you see a hint of like, I'm trying to think what would be a cool. Um, you see what appears to be a like Balboan, military soldier, kind of like standing in the middle of the road and sort of like waving at you, kind of waving you over. But then as you get closer, like they wink.
I'll pull over.
Okay. Ooh, Zai's doing some sorcery points. Very cool. This soldier changes and is revealed to be Musador Vet in like a
Musadora.
plain uniform. Uh, well, I kept myself busy. I think I could say the same for you. How'd it go with the Angels of Death?
I hold up one of the passes.
Ah, nice. All right. I got some friends over there, kind of hidden out in the underbrush. And you see Monsieur Poumon is there with like some of his weird lung friends that he's like breathed into existence that are kind of like hanging around. And also like a bunch of soldiers. Professor Contreras, who was also in the Jeep with you, sort of like waves to them. Or these are like, the resistance fighters to Balboa. Um, so Vep's like, okay, did a little bit of reconnaissance. The main gate's over there, but if you use the cards, the gate will open immediately. So from then on, there's two main things I think you want to do. So I guess you got to divide and conquer. So the first one is there's this whole field of helicopters. This place is so isolated that really helicopters are the only way that the military can, like, they get the prisoners in and out, they get themselves in and out, reinforcements, equipment. So we got to take out those helicopters like on the helipads. Also, if you're looking for Agent Gregory Lowe, and that is like Cross's point man over here. If you're looking for Lowe, he's going to be by the helicopters. So if you want to find out more, you got to grab him. But remember, he's a clever guy, so watch yourselves. Now, while that's going on, the only other big point of resistance that my guys can't handle is going to be in the cult center of Valhalla. There's this place, they call it the Bavarian Village, because, I guess that's what it is, just sort of like rebuilt from, I don't know, some weird Bavarian, I'm trying to think of like it's straight out of Heidi or something like that. They got that a little bit further down in the base. And that is where Dr. Hellstrom, the All-Father, is.
That's
Along with... Yeah, sorry, one more time.
That's where the torturers are?
Well, he does some yeah, they did a good amount of torture in there. That's also where his cult is. Like, there are a lot of them are German nationals who he's just like brainwashed, brought over here. He's got some locals that he's kind of taken over. Look, this guy's a twisted fuck, I'll tell you that. And he lords... One more time?
No, go ahead.
Yeah. He lords over all of them in this big, like, mansion, this sort of, like, hunting lodge. It's like he's some kind of German king right in the middle of it. This place has got a big basement, like tunnels underground there. I think that's where the torturing mostly takes place, and also, if he's keeping secrets, that's where it's going to be.
That's the one I want to go on. I want to be able to walk by the end of the day.
That could be interesting. Well, it seems also my friend could be over there, so...
All right, so that's you two.
Do we want to do 2 and 2?
I don't know. But...
ideally no, but this might be the only way that we can do it.
That's fair.
I can destroy the helicopters, sabotage them anyway. But don't really need help doing that, so if you want to go along with Cy and Lamb, Carter, that's alright.
No, I'll go with you. If we wrap up soon, we can... If we wrap up early, we can go and join them.
Alright.
So, you'll want this back. Point. Carter, you'll want this back as he hands the gun back to her.
Load it. Make sure it's actually loaded this time.
What about this? And Lambda holds up the thing for Dowd.
That might actually be good. I don't know if there's any machinery still left in me for them to control, but just in case, that can shut me off.
It's better that it's with somebody that's going with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Contreras says, I will sneak in after you, and when the chaos starts, I'll go over to the prison area, break out the prisoners.
Sounds good.
Wampus is like, I'll stay here.
Yeah,
That's what I'll do.
Don't be involved in any of this, Wampus. Plausible deniability. Remember that.
Yeah.
Is there any
Sounds
rope
good
in the
to
Jeep?
me. Oh, sorry, what's that?
Is there any rope in the Jeep?
Yes, there's a good amount of like supplies in general there.
I toss the rope to Wampus. Tie yourself up. Keep
Wampus,
yourself busy.
If I should die, Coco's favorite treat is a bone filled with peanut butter.
I'll remember that. Okay, and with that, you guys kind of like head down the trail and you reach the gate. Contreras like sneaking in with you. There's like not really any guard towers sort of this far out. They're all kind of like further back around the helifield, where the helipads are. Is that a thing? Helifield? I know it's an airfield.
It'd be an airfield also. It'd also be called an airfield.
Right, the airfield.
A helifield is just a really amazing field.
In California specifically.
That's a hell of a field. Yeah, that's a hell of a field.
Hell of a field, dude.
So the gates like computerized locks. Recognizes the cards you guys have and just opens right up. You guys walk in and you split up. So we'll go ahead and do the helicopter team first. So Dowd and Carter, you guys kind of like go down a little bit of a trail. This like Fortress Valhalla is a pretty big complex. Yeah, there's hella fields over there. I love it. So you see like kind of rows and rows of helicopters. There's some like hangars, a couple of barracks. This is kind of the more Balboan military section of the place. Are you guys like sneaking in and just like charging in, guns blazing? There are vehicles around if you want to try and hijack one as well.
We have the access badges, correct? We at least have two of them for ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk over to the nearest vehicle. Ray, come on, join me.
Right.
We're gonna bluff our way in.
We're going to blow up our way in.
We're gonna bluff our way in.
Bluff. Well,
Get in, grab the guy, and then we start blowing shit up.
Okay. Well, to make this a better way in, going to use the disguise king. Now that little hologram projector he's got. So, what would be that for the role?
I mean, it's a military place, so you could be just like a Balboan soldier.
Yeah.
But there's also, because of the cult, there's a lot of like weird civilians who are all sort of like wearing. I mean, you kind of catch like you can sort of look across the rest of the complex and see the Bavarian section. So there's a lot of men who are like, and the women too, are all wearing like traditional Bavarian folk costumes. So there's a lot of lederhosen, is what I'm saying.
A lot of lederhosen. Okay.
Mhm.
But yeah, gonna go ahead and disguise myself as not the Balboan soldier. Let's go with the lederhosen.
Okay. So you dressed up in this like Tyrolean, Oktoberfest kind of costume with like a little green velvet jacket and a tie and like, yeah, lederhosen.
What would the role be for the disguise kit though?
I believe it's theirs against your DC. Like their check against your like their investigation versus your DC.
Okay, which would be 15.
Okay, so with that, you cruise in with this vehicle. It's just like taking like a Jeep or truck or something.
A Jeep.
Okay, you pull up to the first kind of guard post, which is like leading to the road to the airfield. Soldier kind of looks out to check your papers. He's got like aviator sunglasses on. You hear like American rock and roll coming out of the radio behind him. He checks your ideas. He's like, you doing some recon out in the jungle?
Yeah, we're here on orders from our bosses to be out here. It's been kind of a long fucking day, to be honest. Um, sorry. Side note: who's it we're looking for again specifically?
His name is Lowe, Agent Gregory Lowe.
Agent Gregory Lowe. Got it. Got it. Got it. I'm actually out here looking for Agent Lowe. I was told to
okay.
report to him to work with him on whatever he needs done.
All right. So you roll deception. I'm gonna roll for our Bavarian gentleman. Let's see. Make sure.
It's only a 14.
Ooh, okay. I think it all hinges on our Bavarian guy here. So
No
he's got
way
to
I can help
got to
with
be a
the
15 to notice him. See if he can do it. I'm rolling in front of the whole table, so everybody should be able to see this. Okay, he rolled a 5. Whew. All right. So he's like, he gives you kind of a long stare, and he's like, you had to go into the jungle in this heat. You wanted to do it?
There's a difference between wants and being ordered to.
Hey, my friend, I guess you're new here. A place like this, it's a soldier's paradise. You really don't want to do something, you can figure out a way out of it, I'm sure.
Good to know.
All right, go on through. And he raises the gate.
Thank you very much.
And he's like, oh, you were looking for Lowe, the American?
Yes.
I think you'll find him in the sort of central barracks overlooking the airfield. He likes to play cards there with some of the officers and talk over tactics. But I'd be careful around him. He's kind of an asshole.
I'm familiar.
Okay. Have a good one.
Thank you. I head off towards the central barracks.
Okay, you guys park there, and you see like you're right across like the you're just a few feet away from like the rows of these helicopters. They're mostly like Hueys and some other like attack chopper kind of thing. So all stuff that Dowd recognizes from Vietnam.
Should we try to keep some of the Hueys for an escape and then take out the attack copters?
That seems like the best option. Yeah. How many should we keep?
Well, Hueys aren't armed. Probably just some side guns, but enough for. Let's save as many Hueys as we can. Let's get rid of as many of the attack choppers as we can.
All right. I'll start on them. Keep an eye out while at work.
Ooh, okay. So Dowd, how are you sabotaging? Are you like planting explosives on them, or just like using tools, or what's the plan here?
He's got tinkerer's tools, and he knows the in and outs of how these helicopters work. So he's just going to pull out some important wires to make sure the weapon systems aren't firing, they aren't able to fly. Make it subtle.
Nice. Give me just a check with your tool proficiency.
So tinkerer's tools.
And I think that's just dexterity and proficiency, right?
I think it would be sleight of hand if I'm sabotaging, would it?
Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah, go ahead and do sleight of hand.
So sleight of hand plus tinkerer's tools, so that's proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
And I have gloves of thievery due to that item infusion. So this is plus 10.
Oh man. Okay. You have to be. I'm gonna say a 17.
I got a 27.
Take out all of them in one good roll.
I got a 27.
Unbelievable. These helicopters aren't going anywhere.
All right.
And you do it in record time too.
Yeah.
All right. So you're like, even like just a few moments after saying it, you just come walk back to Carter and they're all done.
Yep, all the wires. Now we just need to wait for Lamb and Zai. Or still going after that Low guy.
Oh, we're still going after Low. We need him.
All right.
He's how we get to cross.
Okay. You guys pop into the barracks. You do see there are a bunch of like Balboan military officers like hanging out. There's like big portraits of general or president Mondragon, like on the wall, lots of like propaganda stuff, lots of like nude porn posters too. There's a bunch of dudes hang. These that's what these kinds of people are like. And they're playing, the dudes poker game, hanging out while like some cool rock music is going, throwing back some beers. It's what America's all about, man. So it's pretty easy to recognize Agent Lowe because he's like the only one who's not wearing a military uniform, an officer's uniform. He's just got like a sweat stained Hawaiian shirt. He has some like pretty like thick sideburns, beards, kind of a mullet going on. Um, he's smoking like a Cuban cigar and just like throwing down the cards, and you get the idea these guys are like letting him win because he has like a pretty huge stack of cash in front of him. And he's just like, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Then he looks right up and stares at you guys as you enter.
Agent Lowe.
That's my name. Who are you?
Agent Carter. The agency sent me out here to assist you with anything you might need. So we get a lay of the land on their behalf.
Ooh, okay. As he stares at you, we're cutting away and zooming right over to Zai and Lamb. So you guys head up the trail a little bit and you approach the Bavarian section of this compound. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you mean like you're a psychic? Sorry, this is Michael's bad hand gesture reading. That means you guys are communicating psychically. Is that what?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I've been thinking, Zai, about why I was made. I still have to ask Father, but I think I get my purpose now.
Oh, well. Purpose seems to be a good thing nowadays. Yeah.
Well, many of the Nazis escaped punishment. They're scattered around.
True.
I think I was made to find and kill them.
I mean, you could also broaden that to say getting rid of all evil.
True. But the Nazis were especially evil.
True. I mean, I'm sure they had like some weird thing with the Russians too, but
I'm certain.
But,
that there are a lot of bad people.
Oh yeah.
The
world's full of them.
Now that I know what I have to do,
Yeah.
It's
sorry, go ahead.
It's kind of weird. I mean, like I said, I'll have to ask Father because maybe that's not the point. But even if it isn't, I'll make it the point. I've heard there are organizations in Israel.
So are you guys going in stealthy, or as you're having this conversation, or like,
yeah,
disguising, or sort of just walking right in?
My plan was stealth.
Okay, it doesn't look super like dangerous. There's not really any like armed guards around, unlike kind of the military area.
Right.
Is I any good at stealth?
I'm decent. I mean, but I could also try and blend in, see if I can find at least a different outfit.
Okay. Let's have Lamb roll stealth, and then Zai roll. Well, I'll see like what he's doing to blend in. So Lamb, you go ahead and roll stealth.
Lamb doesn't feel like she has much hope of blending in.
Fair.
Yeah.
I understand that the big robot guy put himself into disguise, but Lamb is not confident like that. 15 on her stealth.
15's pretty good for now.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Okay, how's Zai doing? Or what is Zai doing? Oh, let me describe the situation too.
Sure,
so
yeah.
as Lamb is like kind of hiding in the alleys and so on between these like farming Bavarian cottages, sort of like the morning routine of the Righteous Colony starts, which is like this big German Oompa band starts coming out with like a big trombone and lots of a red-faced mustachioed guy playing it, and like a glockenspiel and some accord. I think a glockenspiel is kind of like an accordion. So as this like
No,
fun,
glockenspiel is more like a xylophone.
right? Okay, this is my lack of instrument knowledge, but they're playing some fun pop music. As all of these kind of hollow-eyed, they look like almost scared and hurt people start coming out, um, and they're all wearing like again these traditional German folk costumes of like the dirndls for the women and the girls, and then lederhosen and so on for the boys and the men. Um, and they're all sort of like kind of lining up in front of like a buffet style sort of thing. It was like some tables set up in the middle of the town. And you're hearing like, propaganda being blasted out of speakers. I don't know, does Desire Lamb speak German by any chance?
Lamb speaks Russian.
Ooh, okay. Well, they do kind of, they repeat it in Spanish and English. Oh, Zai, you speak Spanish, right?
Yeah.
Okay, they do repeat it in Spanish as well. Which is like, another wonderful day in the All-Father's paradise. Eat hearty so you can fill yourself with energy to serve the All-Father. Remember, he's everyone's father.
The ones that look sad-eyed, I'm presuming they're the ones being tortured.
You get the idea that like, this is a cult kind of situation. So there's like a lot, even the people who are, in the cult, who are, the faithful, are like being abused in some way, of the different degrees of abuse. The actual political prisoners who are being tortured, you imagine, would be like not here. They'd be in cells which are below the All Father's mansion, which you do see at like the end of this kind of village green. This humongous, looks like kind of like a Germanic like castle mixed with a hunting lodge, with lots of like crazy statues, and it looks like the Dr. Frankenstein's place, but with like a weird water wheel on one side and lots of like absurd heroic statues. No sign of Dr. Hellstrom himself, but lots of this propaganda speakers and kind of going on as this band is playing and everyone's getting their breakfast.
Looking at the mansion, Lambda thinks to Zai, well, I guess when he's not committing crimes against humanity, he's committing crimes against architecture as well.
Yeah. Ugh. I don't know if you can understand what. I don't know if you can understand what these people are, what's being said over the loudspeakers, but it's weird culty, like everything's great, everything's good, and it's ugh.
You hear in the loudspeaker, everything's great, everything's good.
My German's limited, unfortunately.
Oh.
I know a couple phrases.
Well, luckily I know Spanish, so I guess not entirely lucky. I guess now that you think about it, but
yeah. How is Zai blending in here? Are you like just sticking to the shadows, or like trying to mix with the crowd?
If there are any sort of like clothes like just hanging, I'm sure he'll grab some of that and throw something over.
Yeah, there's like a clothesline. There's a bunch of. Are two members of our team wearing lederhosen? We gotta know.
Sure, why not?
Yes. All right, you throw on the outfit too.
And would it be out of the ordinary to have Zai keep his glasses, or like?
Right. I mean, actually, it's not that bizarre. Like, I mean, they're wearing old timey German clothes, but like, this is a modern place, so there are people who are wearing like modern styles of glasses and sunglasses too. Okay. So not super out of place. I mean, you're in a cult, like everybody knows. I mean, it's got maybe this cult is like a couple hundred people, so it is sort of big.
So
I'm gonna have you roll. Other. What's that?
So they know each other.
They would know each other. So I'm gonna have you roll deception.
Sure.
Try and just like weave through the crowd here, or you will get noticed.
This is why Lamb didn't do a disguise.
No, I'm deception is honestly my best.
Yay!
My best one.
Nice. So. Go ahead and roll deception.
Oh boy. not when I roll a 5. 12.
Oh no. Okay. So where is Zai kind of heading towards?
Um, I'm guessing he's sort of. Well, would the sort of underground be more towards the mansion, or more? Would there be like a specific?
It's under the mansion.
Right.
Okay.
We have to get to the mansion.
Yeah. So he's not quite beelining towards the mansion, but he's sort of like taking like trying to sort of like circumvent like some of the outer buildings to sort of trying to make it
Right.
look like he's like not exactly going straight for the mansion, but still heading in that direction.
Right. I think as you were like kind of right outside the mansion, um, a hand like claps you on the back. Um, you spin around and you see one of the cult members, this sort of like kind of middle-aged German guy with like forced joviality in his face,
Mhm.
kind of wild-eyed and just sort of like smiling at you.
Mhm.
And he's like, "Oh, friend, trying to avoid your breakfast?" And he like speaks in German and in Spanish real quick.
Sure. Um, in Spanish, Zai will be like, "Oh, I am not feeling very well. I'm sorry. I must be have some sort of stomach ailment. I'm not. I do not feel like breakfast right now."
Oh, no, 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 that won't do. You know the All Father's wishes: full body, full belly for a strong body. That
Do you
way you
want me to
can
kill
work
him?
better.
Wait, I got something. Um, no, I really must insist, and I'm casting suggestion too. And I really wish you would leave me alone.
Okay, casting suggestion. All right. Um, so
So
that's a save. I believe that's a
wisdom
save, right?
wisdom save
Wisdom
DC
save.
15.
Okay. He doesn't get any pluses to this. He's just like, commoner. So I'm going to roll in front of everybody. Okay. Everybody saw that. It's a natural one.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
He is super suggested.
All right.
Um,
So as I said, he leaves me alone.
yeah, he just like, wordlessly drops off from you and heads back to the breakfast table.
That was close. Maybe I should steer clear a little bit more.
It's okay. Talked your way out of it. That's what you're good at. I'm bad at that. I'm very bad at that.
Well, it helps that I can mess with people's minds.
Okay, so you guys come around to the front of the mansion, or how are you getting into the mansion?
I mean, if there's a more stealthy way of getting into the mansion than walking through the front door, I think Lamb would go for that.
Yeah.
Right.
There's
I'll
like
tell you what,
like
Lamb. There are like plenty of windows, balconies, and so on. Give me an acrobatics check if you want to try and like going in through there.
Okay.
And then Zai will have to as well if he wants to follow you. Or Zai could try slipping in through the front door. It is closed, but you don't know if it's locked or not.
Sure.
Sure.
Really quickly, is there anything like a garbage can lid or anything like that around?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Great. She uses her telekinesis to move a garbage can lid under her and then rides that out to the balcony. If that's possible.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so I'll say you don't need to roll for that. You're able to like hop your way in.
Yeah. And then
Okay,
she
how
like
is? Mhm.
grabs it before it clatters to the ground,
Okay, how is Zai getting in?
He'll. I mean, if there's no one really around the front door, then he'll try and check it.
Um, it is unlocked, but you don't know like what's behind it or who's behind it.
I will do a detect thoughts to see if there's any minds behind the door.
Ooh.
Just so you know, that would end your suggestion.
Oh, you're right. Well, Well, can I listen in at the door then?
Yeah, give me a quick perception check.
Sure. Perception. It was the die on the thing was cocked, but it put it at a 10.
Ooh, yeah, you do not know.
Shit. Well, only one way to find out. He'll sort of very, like, basically just like he knows what he's doing, opens the door.
Okay, you go into
Okay,
like,
seeing him open the door causes Lamb to go through the upper window as fast as she can.
Okay,
Worried
Lambda
that Zai's
zooms
gonna be
in.
trouble.
Yeah, so inside the hallway is empty. However, you do see like there's a speaker at the far end, and you hear a voice speaking out of it in English, saying like, "Ah, welcome. Seems time to have some guests for breakfast. Well, my young friend, why don't you come through and join me in the dining room? And your friend who went through the window, she can join me as well. She's quite close to it. It's right up the stairs, so she'll be there momentarily. In fact, can you hear me, the other little friend? Please come and join me in the dining room."
I mean, since she's been spotted, she's just gonna do what this guy asked, you know?
Yeah.
Very good. We have so much to talk about. All right,
Sure
so
do.
you guys head over to the dining room. Meanwhile, Carter, Dowd, you guys have just burst into this like kind of barracks card room area where Agent Gregory Lowe's playing cards. Carter, you revealed your name. Lowe like spins around and looks at you, and he's like, "Ah, Agent Carter. So,
Yes?
hey, come on in. You want a beer?
I'm fine. Thank you, Dan.
What about your friend? Oh man, looks like he's one of those loonies from the kraut section of the camp. You want a beer, my man?
I'll take one,
Risky?
sure.
Hell yeah. He like throws one your way.
And I'll just downs it.
Ooh, nice. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, pull up a chair. You know, we're just kind of shooting the shit here.
Yeah, sure. I'll pull up a chair kind of amongst the group and I'll look at Ray to do the same.
All right. He like takes another big sip of his beer and he's like, "Oh man, hold on." And he like gets up and goes to this kind of kitchenette area off to the side to get another one. He's like, what's up? You just came down here from like Langley, checking in on us? What's going on?"
Nearby Langley, yes. We came down here at the behest of some of the people that employ us. Well, employ me. My friend here is a local. Help me kind of get the lay of the land as well. It's come to check in with you to make sure, see what you needed, see how I can help, and then of course know what you know so I can better inform my superiors.
And Dowd's just nodding along because his charisma sucks.
Okay. He says, "All right, I hear that. But I gotta say though, you gotta know we can trust you. So that means why don't you throw something in the pot there?"
I got probably about $100 on me. I'll throw it down.
Ooh, big spender. All right, throw them down.
I don't know how big you guys are going, but I'll throw in.
Okay, so as you throw it down. Oh, sorry, Dad, go ahead.
Dowd's gonna chip in as well.
Okay, Carter, as you're with the money trying to put it on the table, I need you to do a dexterity saving throw.
I'd say 24.
Okay, one of the soldiers takes a combat knife, tries to grab your hand and nail your hand to the table.
I pull my hand out of the way, I grab his head, and I slam it into the table.
Ooh, okay.
Or
Lo
attempt to do so. Or attempt to do so.
Lo comes out from the kitchenette with like a shotgun, like at his waist. But you have, I mean, I don't know, we're not going to do a roll for initiative. This is just a more kind of like battling with skill checks here. Though some attacks couldn't come into play.
So he has a shotgun in his hand.
Yeah. So what is Dow doing?
Cast heat metal on that shotgun. Just a little microwave emitter.
Oh man. Okay, so this is I gotta read the heat metal rule. Ooh, okay, so it's the damage, but he has to roll a check to hold on to it.
Yeah. So the damage happens regardless if he's holding on to it. He can also choose to drop it, but it'll keep taking damage.
Okay. So to hold on to it, he has to do a roll though, right?
Yeah, a Constitution saving throw, which is my DC, I think, which is actually 15.
15. Okay, he gets a +2 to his Constitution. Let's see how he does. I'm rolling in front of everybody, I hope. Oh man, I think everybody saw that he rolled a 5 +2 be 7, well below what he needed to.
Yep, and he takes 11 heat metal damage from that. Just the shotgun burning up in his hands.
Oh man, so he comes out with the shotgun. He's like, Carter, you motherfucker! I heard about. And then the shotgun just heats up in his hands. He drops it. He's disarmed. He's like, cute trick, motherfucker. You got it pretty early in the morning, and he's like reaching for. He has a pistol. He's going for on his hip now. So Carter.
I'm gonna grab my own sort of K-bar as well as my sort of combat knife, and I'm going to stab the officer next to me, and then against the other one on the other side.
Oh man, yeah, they're both going for their sidearms as well, of course. Give me 2 attack rolls.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna do stab, and I'm gonna attempt to throw my dagger at him afterwards. First one.
Okay.
It's a 19 to hit.
Okay. I won't do the damage here. Like you don't need to. These are like they're not armored. They're just wearing uniforms. You just plunge a knife into them. They're dead.
22 on the second one.
What was that?
22 on the second one.
Okay. Also super dead. And then go ahead and roll for the dagger throw.
Actually, how many officers were there in the room with us?
Ooh, Lamb. Yes, I did record. You took 11 damage. I'll say it was just these two as well as Lo. So they're both dead. Right now, Lo is the lone survivor.
I'm gonna throw my dagger, doing non-lethal damage by attempting to hit him in the foot.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Go ahead. For him, he has to be
16.
16. Yeah, I was gonna say 15 for him, but yeah, you hit him. Yeah, you just like hurl that right into his foot. He's like, God damn it, ouchies. He's still not quite disarmed. He is like kind of limping. He's still trying to rush his way out to shout the warning. So, Dad, you got to find some way to shut him up or stop him.
Let's see. Magic missile? No, those are little micro missiles. Might kill him.
If you kill him, I can bring him back.
Oh.
I got healing. I can, as long as he doesn't outright die, I can bring him back to life.
Well, if Del can reach him, he's not going to do the micro missiles. He is going to try and tase him. By tase him, I mean punching him.
Okay, so is this like an unarmed strike?
Thunder gauntlets.
Ooh, okay.
But he is trying to do it non-lethally, which is
right.
why I
And
need
this does knock him down, I believe, right?
Knock him down? I think it's just a straight attack, and he has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets other than me if I hit him.
Okay, well, go ahead and roll. You got to beat a 16 to hit him.
21.
Okay, you just rush over, slam the Thunder Gauntlets down. You can go ahead and roll the damage, too.
Yep, takes 9 thunder damage, non-lethal.
Okay. He's looking not so good at the moment.
He's gonna punch him again.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Second attack. Got to be a 16.
24.
Okay, go ahead and roll some damage.
6 thunder.
Okay, you just like send him sprawling. He is like kind of smashed back into the corner of this sort of rec room.
And Dad's gonna point at him. Sit down and shush.
Okay, he holds up his hands. He goes over to the table next to the 2 dead soldiers. And he's like, you guys realize what the fuck you're dealing with? You know who I am?
Yes, Lo. But for our audience, I just to the two dead bodies next to us. Why don't you tell us who you are?
Ooh.
I'm gonna wipe my bloody knife on one of their backs, put it away.
He's like, I'm a friend of Captain Cross. I'm an associate. I'm with him since like the beginning.
Exactly what I wanted to hear. Because you know what the fun part is? You're gonna lead us to him, and we're gonna take his ass out.
Ooh. Okay. Um, I think that's a great place to shift scenes. But yeah, you guys now have him like in custody. He's disarmed. So you can sort of move on to the next part, which is like getting those helicopters ready to go and start, starting the chaos.
I'll heal him a little bit so he's not just like bleeding out on us.
Good idea.
I'll do like 2 points of lay on hands, so he's not just gonna die of blood
he's
loss.
been stabbed in the
Yeah, he took 20 damage. I mean, he's about like halfway dead.
burns, teased. Yeah.
Burned, thundered, stabbed. All right, so
I don't want this guy dying on us just yet.
Okay. So meanwhile, Zai and Lamb, you guys head into this like bizarre dining room. It does indeed look like some kind of sort of Teutonic king's throne room kind of thing. There's like a big table set up for like a feast. There's like, you get the whole roast pig with like an apple in its mouth, tons of side dishes, a whole collection of like wines and beers, and there's some of those crazy big beer steins. So definitely, it's Oktoberfest meets the mad scientist's lab. And sort of adding to that, you guys don't actually see another person in there, just the empty food. But you do see this portrait of the Allfather, Dr. Heinrich Hellstrom, which has been set up on like in a big armchair at the edge of the table with like a speaker kind of in its mouth. And you can see sort of like cameras built into it. There are other rooms leading off too. So you know that he's like in the premises somewhere. So as you're like approaching, you hear Hellstrom's voice coming in from his portrait. And it is like, it's him as like a younger man, wearing like, it's kind of like a standard sort of Nazi soldier dress uniform. Nothing too fancy, but he does have the, maybe some what could be considered Aryan good looks in his younger years, perhaps. Square-shouldered, blonde, that kind of thing. So his weird younger portrait says like, please take a seat.
Seems we don't have much of a choice.
Oh, nobody really does when they deal with the Allfather. Now, I understand that you're here for my new friend, the one that Mr. Cross is letting me keep in the basement. Yes?
You're a smart person.
Ah, I was told to expect that there would be some trouble, some people coming to steal him from me, but he's my friend now, and I'm not giving him away.
See, that's kind of a thing. He was my friend before he was yours. So
Ooh.
I kind of want to see him at least.
He's like, well, I can promise you that you will, but only after you've learned to accept the fact that I am everyone's father and you are all my children, and good children do as they're told.
Well, I don't tend to talk to fathers who don't actually show themselves. Like, actual like hover parents who aren't actually there are just sort of actually not really hover parents, just non-existent parents. Don't kind of rub me the wrong way. So maybe if I could see you that and interact with you personally, I'd be more inclined.
There's a little pause, and then he is like, "We will talk shortly, but you and your friends strike me as some very naughty children. So I'm gonna have you disciplined. This is what all of my children learn. So it's your turn to learn as well." And with that, some kind of this strange crackling blue energy or purple energy. Zai, this is like Jareth's energy that's sort of been stolen, is being used now. Comes like rippling out from the portrait to sort of head towards you guys. So you can give me a dexterity saving throw to avoid it.
Okay.
Sure.
Have to beat I'm going to say a 19.
It's high.
Dice are not being kind to me.
No, didn't make it.
No.
Ooh. Okay. It's not doing damage, but it is stunning you.
Okay.
So you guys are stunned. You hear like a door open, a pair of wheelchairs come out, some like guards are moving in, plop you into the chairs, and roll you like down from the dining room. You are brought underground. You're like under the castle at this point. You're rolling through some tunnels. And pretty soon you come to this like large, this giant chamber. At the far end, you do indeed see this humongous tank bursting with purple energy. Zai, you can feel this is Jareth. There's just like shapeless, formless, purple entity kind of like rippling and dancing inside there, but trapped. You can see there's all these like control panels, gears, and wires going into this prison, keeping him in there. There's just a few of these guards that are around. They're like mostly unarmed. Maybe some of them have like sidearms or batons, but it looks like the real threat is Dr. Hellstrom himself, who who's like there right below the gate, waiting for you, and he has absorbed some of Jareth's power. He's way older than the young man in the pictures. He's like nearly bald, just a few strands of hair left, totally hunched over. He's like leaning on this gold-topped cane, and just sort of like leering at you. This very gaunt, creepy-looking, weird old man staring at you as you're brought down in these chairs. Okay. So he's like, well, now we can see each other in person.
Cute trick.
Are we stunned still?
Ooh. I'll tell you what. Let's have each of you give me another dexterity saving throw.
Come on.
And Zai, Jareth looks at you and kind of links eyes, and you can do it with advantage.
Okay.
No, I got a 14.
There we go. 19.
Okay, Zai, you were free. Zai, you get the feeling that like this is a concentration spell that Hellstrom is casting. So if he was upset or hurt or stuff that breaks concentration, it would immediately end on Lamb.
Okay. So I'll sort of shake my head and just be like, cute trick. And how far away is he?
I mean, he's real close. Like, the wheelchairs like brought you right up, and also he's right below the tank where Jareth is.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's see. No. Okay. No. Yeah, Lamb's too close to me to do one thing that I was hoping for. Um,
I mean, it is a big chamber, so you can like angle stuff around maybe to not hit land.
well, it's what I was initially thinking was is it is a dome around me. But I think I'm going to do. I think yeah no. As soon as I say right after I do the whole cute trick thing. I'm going to spend some sorcery points to do. What was it? Yeah, I'll spend 3 sorcery points to cast a 3rd level Dissonant Whispers.
Ooh, okay.
With my psionic spell sorcery, which means that all he sees is me just saying cute trick, and then he hears that repeated into his head in whispers.
Oh, I love that. What does he have to roll for this one?
Wisdom save.
Okay, and he speed of 15?
Yes.
All right, I'm rolling in front of everybody here. Ooh.
Damn. So
Still takes damage and still has to make a Constitution saving throw to maintain.
Yeah.
How much damage does he take?
He takes half of 20 damage, so 10 damage.
Oh man, that roll. Okay, that definitely does hurt him. I mean, even with the save, and then he has to roll a concentration save.
Yeah, so Constitution
would only
probably
be a
DC 10. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go ahead and roll in front of the table here. Okay.
Yes.
That's a 3. Lamb, the control he has over you is gone, so you can go ahead and go now, I'll say.
Okay, she thinks to Zai, are we done talking?
Yeah, I know what I need to do now.
Okay, the arms of Astral Self emerge, and so does the demon face. As she, as a bonus action, unleashes fury on Senior Nazi. Can't remember his name. All Nazis are just
Dr. Hellstrom.
Dr. Hellstrom.
Yeah, the All-Father.
Okay, so he needs to make a Dex save, DC 15.
All right, I'll go ahead and roll for him. He's not very dexterous. Just a nice +0 to this bad boy.
Yeah, but you know.
Ooh, that's a fail with a 10.
Great. So he is going to take force damage as she emerges into what she's beginning to regard as her real self, which, you know, whether or not that's a good forward movement for her or a terrible one, you decide.
Okay.
And oh god, he's going to take 12 points of force damage. That's
unbelievable
maximum damage for the arms.
Wow, he's looking rough just from the beginning. Okay, so what's next?
She says to him, I know very little German, but I know Ich bin der Zorn Gottes. It means I'm the wrath of God. And she's going to attack him twice with the
Ooh, okay. Mess him up. You only have to beat 12 to hit him. He's like,
by the way, I apologize to any native German speakers. I'm not good at speaking German. I was repeatedly told by my German teacher. Well, there's a nat 1.
Okay. So 1 misses.
Yeah, second attack. An 11, for God's sakes. Okay.
Ooh.
2 misses. It's improbable, but she only needed to roll a 5.
Well, those astral arms did hurt him indeed. Okay.
When they emerged.
He does dash back. I think most of his guards are just like fleeing. I mean, these are a bunch of brainwashed cultists. They're not quite down to die for him.
I mean, she did just turn into a demon and say, I'm the wrath of God. So.
There is that as well. This is a kooky religious cult too, so they're out of there. He starts running back towards the tank where Jairus is and starts like rushing towards he grabs one of like sort of the nozzles and kind of like shoves his mouth into it and starts trying to like inhale more of Jairus's power. Alarms start going off as well. So as he's like breathing in, he's like, you'll be punished. All will be punished.
You just let me know when I can attack him again, because there's no way he moved fast enough that I can't just catch up to him.
Ooh, okay. Zai, you do hear a psychic message from Jairus being like, I'm glad you're here. Break the glass. Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
It replies, "I will certainly try."
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna say. I mean, right now the goal is to like he's to destroy him before he can inhale more power and before like the alarm can start bringing help. So go ahead, Zach, and then Lamb.
Yeah. So I'll rush up to the glass with him, and could I get like to a point where both the glass and him are within 10 feet of me?
Yeah, I mean he's like right next to the tank. That's where sort of this weird nozzle is that he's sucking on.
Okay, then I will rush up there and do a um yeah, I'm just gonna burn all of my burn my last third level on a arms of Hadar. So he needs so
Strength save, I believe.
it is a strength save, yeah. Um
Okay, gotta beat a 15?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, 17.
Okay. So he will take half
Mm-hmm.
of 14, so 7 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And I was hoping that I could like use the arms to also try and break the glass.
Right. Okay. So is that an attack roll for them?
It's basically the arms sort of like burst out from within, like from me, within, and so it would be any person within that 10-foot radius of me would need to do the save. So I don't know how that's going to work with the glass.
Right. Does it hit like inanimate objects though? Is it, like say anything about that? Or?
Technically no, but yeah, it doesn't really say anything like that.
Okay.
It's not like shatter or fireball, which specifically
take out objects.
So
okay.
It's not a spell that.
This glass is relatively tough. I mean, it's meant to hold Jerison, so it's not going to be an easy thing to break.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. Give me like an attack roll with your spell attack with it.
Okay. So can I just do? Okay. Well, I'm just gonna roll the d20 and add 7. Ooh, nice. So 18 plus 7 is 20. I'm not good at math.
18 plus 7?
Yeah,
25.
25, yeah.
Right. Yeah, that does that's a very high roll. Yes, these like psychic arms come out, smash into him, kind of like ram his face into the wall there. Humongous spiderweb cracks start appearing all over the tank. Dr. Hellstrom is like 9 is this purple smoke's leaking out. He's looking pretty weak right now. Okay, Lamb.
Okay, she's moving up, and let's do some attacks. First attack. Oh my god. Okay, fine. I'll just keep rolling ones forever. Second attack. That's a 12.
Okay, that hits him.
By the way, the highest I've rolled so far on our attacks is a 5. Great. He can make a con save DC 15.
All right. Again, he's getting a +1 or +0 to this. I don't think he has any con. So 4 got to beat a what? 15?
15.
Okay, gonna be an 18.
He did beat her. We are going to do a flurry of blows.
Ooh, okay.
So that's another key point spent. We'll do our first attack, which unfortunately doesn't show the arms of Astral Self on that one, but she can make flurry of blows with the arms of Astral Self. I assure you that is part of it. Just some programming issues. Okay, 21. Did I do the damage on the first hit?
You did not. You can go ahead and do the damage there. I thought you were kind of just doing like you do all damage at once.
Okay, so that's 9 damage, force, and I'll go ahead and do the other damage, which I forgot to do. So 5 more, so that's 14 so far.
Nice. Okay.
And then she's gonna. How bad off does he look right now?
1 more solid blow should take him out.
Okay, great. Final hit. I don't want to use up all of her ki on doing stunning strikes. That's like kind of a once per turn move. Oh, for God's sakes. Okay, I'm done. Got a
All right.
9.
Ooh.
So they're in probably low rolls.
Mm-hmm.
I should have done a stunning strike. I'm being punished.
All right. So, beaten almost to a pulp, he sort of stumbles away from this tube, goes in front of it, and starts trying to like crawl up, or he starts like sort of not crawling, kind of hustling his way across the laboratory floor, going towards the ramp at the corner there. Behind him, the glass finishes shattering. It rains down. Zai, it falls around you, and you see, you gaze inside, you gaze into the infinite. You see Jairus in the flesh, so to speak. Jairus is like looking down at you, and is like, "Well, Zai, we're in a bad situation together." You hear like the alarms are going.
Yeah.
Dr. Hellstrom is making his way up.
Definitely in a bad situation, but I think for both of our sakes, we need to kill that fucker.
Absolutely. Your friend can help too, I'm sure.
Oh, she's very useful.
But I think you and I have something a little bit more important right now. See, a long time ago, someone told me that when the game is hard, you can change the rules. And also that a lot of times, the world is working really hard to separate us. So the two of us, we can come together. Is that something you'd like?
Are you sure you want to do that?
I've watched you growing up, and I think you've seen in some ways me grow up. I don't know if it's going to be permanent or temporary. I really don't know what's going to happen from now on, but it's where I want to be.
All right.
Okay. And with that, Jairus sort of twinkles down from the tank, wraps around you, and he absorbs you, or they absorb you, you absorb them, and you and Jairus become one. So you feel this this entity taking a place inside of your mind. It's not even a multiple personality. It's like Jairus has become your personality. It's you've fused. You have like Jairus's memories. Jairus has your memories. Bits of your personalities gel together, and you have some of Jairus's power. So we can talk more about this, but I'm gonna say first of all, your charisma is going up by 1 point.
Hell yeah.
You can do that a little bit later. So you do have more charisma. I might throw some more cool spells your way as like you level up too. But also because like Jairus is crazy powerful. Now when you're casting a spell, we're gonna have to do a quick roll on the wild magic table. I'm gonna throw that in there too.
Hell yes. I love the wild magic table.
Yep, that is now fully in play as well. It's for any spell too.
Alrighty.
Are you including cantrips on that?
Oh,
Or
not
just level?
cantrips. Sorry,
Okay.
just
Okay.
level spells.
Sure.
Right. So with this new power is flowing into you. Hellstrom has sort of, put a little bit of hustle into his aged, weathered legs there. He's
Not
like
enough.
reached the door and managed to get it open. Okay, Lamb, go ahead.
Lamb is very fast.
Yeah, he's
Her
well within
movement
your
speed
range.
is 45.
Oh yeah. He's only gone like 30. So.
Okay.
Mhm.
She catches back up to him and is going to start attacking again.
Okay, go ahead.
So we'll do the first attack. Like as just this demon, like multiple arms have come out, so it's almost like a spider at this point chasing after him.
Whoa. Okay.
and need to find the thing. Okay, come on. I'll need to roll a 5. There we go. 24 to hit.
Okay, go ahead and do the damage. I'm gonna
For
write down
9 more damage.
Okay, well, I was gonna write down like he had like 7 health left, so
Okay, great. So the
describe how you
arms
take him out.
the arms grab into him, and her face, like the part of it that's like between like the mask and her actual self, just goes into his body and just pulls out his soul like a dog like killing a squirrel.
Oh, nice!
Just
I love
pulls it back and just chomps it down.
Right. His body emits a final shuddering gasp and just drops, splatters dead on the floor in front of you.
I feel like after that, Zai just sort of in his head, sort of talking to Jairus, is like, she's a little strange right now, but very useful.
She actually turns around and looks at Zai. Does Zai look weird now?
Do you mind if I describe something that I had in my head?
Yeah, please. You melded together there.
Yeah, so basically what you see is behind the eyes, you see sort of like a perpetual glowing purple. And this would be behind the glasses. And I'm going to say, yeah, Zai will take off the glasses and you will see sort of like a void of stars and purple in his eyes.
I love it. Yeah, this like cosmic this, you can see the cosmos looking into his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty. Let's kill everything.
Sure. Let's see what we can do.
Okay, you guys head back up top. Zai, by the way, you have like a full long rest thing has happened to you. So.
Oh, cool.
Yes. All the spell
slots
are back. What's that?
Also, I like the idea that Zai's voice also changes a little bit to sort of be an amalgamation of the two.
Yeah, you can kind of hear that like secondary voice of Jairus sort of overlapping it.
Cool. So I will click the long rest. I've already upped my charisma to 20 using, so.
Nice. Okay. So meanwhile, down in Carter, alarms are going off. You do hear like orders in Spanish coming in through the loudspeakers. You see some of the soldiers like heading around the barracks. You do hear more gunfire as like the alarm is sort of the signal that like shit's going down. So the resistance fighters and Monsieur Poumon's lung people are charging into battle now. What are you guys doing? You do have Agent Lowe. You like tied him up. I mean, he was hurt pretty bad, of course, but like he's sort of lying on the floor there.
Yeah, we can tie him up. No problem. Ray, do you want to take a look outside to see if you see Lam and Zai coming yet?
Yeah, we'll scan the horizon with his advanced scouter.
Ooh.
I mean, we have prisoners to free, don't we?
That was.
I thought it was the other group.
Yeah.
Contreras is leading the resistance guys.
Okay, they're already freeing them. Great. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll say like we'll kind of cut ahead a little bit. You guys have like left the mansion. Most of the cultists are like just dashing back to their houses to hide.
I'll just say that occasionally, like when the creature bursts out from the mansion, she's just grabbing various cultists and eating them.
Ooh, okay. I will say only the armed, nasty cultists, not the poor abused, brainwashed cultists.
No, she's avoiding the ones that look like they're abused and brainwashed. She's killing the troopers.
That is good. Yes. Very good.
I mean, they rang the dinner bell for her, so I mean, she should be polite enough to eat. The offer for food did happen earlier.
That's true. Okay, well, as you guys are heading out, a bunch of like a small, or not small, a bunch of these like Balboan, torturer soldiers start hurrying out to meet you, summoned by the alarm. They're running in with their like assault rifles and so on, heading straight for you towards the alarm and kind of blocking your way to the airfield. So what are you guys doing there?
Let's attack them.
Ooh, okay. Let's do Lamb and then Zai.
Okay. Whichever soldier's closest gets attacked first. She doesn't care.
All right, yeah. So give me the 2 attack rolls as you like kind of smash into this group here.
Okay. 16.
Yeah, that's good. They're not wearing too much armor.
Okay. 8 points of force damage to them. The first one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you kill them.
Oh, great. Soul comes out. She just. It's like that scene in Spirited Away where No Face is at the table. Just consuming everything. Like, that's what this creature's doing right now. So it's like Soul's out, another arm goes into the next one. Oh, that's only a 13 though.
Ooh, what did I say their armor was? I'm not sure I specified. I'll say that hits though. I mean, these guys like 12, 11 armor.
For 10 points, so that's another one. Just
also dead, yes.
Just shoved into her face. Bonus action attacking another one. At this point, maybe they're starting to get scared. I don't know.
Well, this is all happening in like seconds. You're just like tearing right into them as they come charging.
And that's a 16 to hit, so...
Yeah, go ahead and do the damage.
Another 8 points of force damage. So that's
Super
just like
dead.
3 things that she's just killing and eating. Just all
you just like smash like a wrecking ball into this squad. There's arms flying out, just killing people right and left.
Yeah.
All right, what is Zai doing against this mass? They're about ready to break here.
Yeah. Just for the fun of it, I want to do enemies abound on one of them.
Oh, what is that one? I've never heard of that spell before.
It's a fun one. You reach into the mind of one creature you can see and force it to make an intelligence saving throw. The creature automatically succeeds if it is immune to being frightened.
Ooh, okay. So these guys aren't immune to being frightened. I'll just like one of the the lieutenant here. He used to beat 16?
Yes.
Ooh, okay. Not too intelligent. These are just your standard grunts. Okay, with an 8, that's a big fail. So what happens?
On a failed save, the target loses the ability to distinguish friend from foe regarding all creatures it can see as enemies until the spell ends. So for a minute.
Oh, well that's...
Each time the target takes damage, it can repeat the saving throw, ending the effect on itself on a success.
Oh man. So this lieutenant just like freaks out. He's like, the resistance is everywhere. Grabs his rifle and just like unloads on all of his fellow soldiers. So just adding to the chaos that is infecting this whole compound. At this point, the real resistance is charged in. They're like kind of making their way past you. You see Contreras like pointing the way to the mansion. Like the resistance guys are bursting their way in, going to save the political prisoners under there. And then you guys are heading towards the airfield. So at this point, the two groups have come back together. Lo is like looking up and he sees Zai with the eyes and Lamb with all the arms out coming towards you. And he's like, holy fuck, what the fuck is that?
I will say the glasses are back on, but the glow behind them is still there.
All right, so it's still, I mean, that lamb alone, but that as well is making him say like, what the fuck is that?
Well, don't about it. Never mind. I'll say don't worry about it, but I'm gonna let them inside the Huey.
I think Lo hears in his mind, if you want to live, you should come with us willingly. And he's hearing like reverberations of 2 different voices in his head.
Ooh, here, give me intimidation with advantage with that one.
Sure.
He's a tough cookie, but this is some scary stuff.
Only a 12.
Ooh. Okay, he's kind of holding his own. He's like, you're part of the Hermitage's freak show, aren't you?
I take the butt of my pistol and I take the sort of side of my knife and slap him across the face. It cuts a little bit.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Not freak shows, I'll tell you that right now. I mean, it's weird, but not freaks. Come on.
Just gonna stand the lederhosen.
Just rocking lederhosen the whole time.
It's a good look, Ray.
I kind of like it.
But yeah, just drag him inside and let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I've eaten enough. I mean, I
Okay,
can never
you guys-
quite eat enough, but I can't eat this one, right?
You cannot.
Not yet. Yeah.
Is this something we should still be concerned about, or is it just lamb at this?
At this point, yes, we need to be concerned about this. We
For
can
what?
discuss it on the helicopter ride home.
Let's just
Right.
say I found my friend.
Oh, you're
It's-
talking about Zai.
Do you know what?
Right.
We can have this discussion later. We need information first.
He's better
Close.
now.
Oh, at least
The
everyone's
demon
fine.
mouth smiles really wide and like saliva's coming out. I mean, it's like translucent. Well, I guess saliva's always translucent.
Yeah.
But it's no.
Well, we're
It's
all
even more
learning.
translucent than normal
It's
saliva.
maybe kind of glowing a little bit.
Yeah,
a
glowing a
sheen
little.
to it. Yeah.
We can have this discussion when we're on the helicopter, please. We're currently under fire.
All
Yeah,
right,
let's
no
get on
problem.
the
This one-
helicopter.
I already got the main one picked out. Come along, I'm driving.
I would
Okay.
assume I do not know how to drive a helicopter.
Yeah, same here.
I do.
Please
Carter,
don't. Please don't try to fly it. Thank you, Ray. Get on it.
You guys pile into the helicopter. Dowd's able to fly out no problem.
Mhm.
Lifts up and zooms into the air.
like he's done this before.
Yeah. So pretty soon you're humming right over the base. You guys do see a bunch of like soldiers and helicopter pilots trying to rush out to get to their helicopters. None of them work. Because of that, we're getting no escape, no reinforcements, and the resistance is able to take it over. So as you're flying over, you do see Valhalla falling, like the military base blowing up as the ammo is detonated, or much of it being stolen, of course, to add to their resistance, and the political prisoners all being brought out of that mansion there, being put together with some of the brainwashed cultists who are realizing that the All Father is dead. They can sort of start to put their lives back together as best they can, and that castle is blown to pieces by Contreras and Vepling and dynamite, and it is blown apart, fragments destroyed, as Valhalla Falls. It has to be he said the title. You have to do it. So you guys zoom away. You're kind of heading over the jungle. Vep did give you some of her contacts that can help smuggle you a little bit back. But you got to figure out where you're going. So Lo is kind of glaring at you guys right now as you're zooming away.
Before I retreat back into myself, what did you want to talk about?
Just can't eat every single person we come across. Can't just start killing every single person we come across.
It doesn't do me any good to kill good people. They don't taste good.
You leave a trail of bodies behind you. Eventually the law will catch up, and they don't care if they're bad people that you've killed. They
They
only
just look-
care that you murdered them, and they'll kill you.
They just look like they died of natural causes. Any autopsy would show that.
The Hermitage will get suspicious. And trust me, there's more of us. There's more of us there's more like us out there who still believe all their bullshit.
You could
Lo
have a whole-
says,
Mhm.
Hermitage is going to be more than suspicious. You guys, you fuck with the wrong people. They're going to be coming after all you now. You took down their little private pet project in Valhalla. You know the
Good.
kind of good that place
Good.
was doing?
Nothing. It was doing no good whatsoever.
It was a thorn in the side of the communist movement of Latin America.
I don't give a fuck about communist versus capitalist bullshit. These are innocent lives being tortured and maimed because of this. That's what fucking matters.
Ugh.
So, Lo, where the
Yeah.
fuck is Cross?
As soon as she says that, I'm hitting up a detect thoughts.
Ooh, okay. Zai, you get just the real quick, when you say, don't think of a white bear and it pops into your head immediately, that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
You get a place, which is actually kind of an interesting coincidence. you see this like sort of new age looking like retreat, very like pristine white buildings in a forest. You see a sign that says like Promethean Institute. And then below that, where it is, which is Big Sur, California. Lowe says, I'll tell you this. Captain Cross is in California. That's where his plans are going to come to fruition.
Promethean Institute, Big Sur.
All right, what? Didn't say no. I didn't say that. He's not there.
Big Sur's where my father is. Is my father there?
You're asking this of Lowe?
Yeah.
He's like your father. He's you mean Dr. Gottlieb, right?
Yes.
You'll figure out anyway. Yeah, he's tangentially involved. He's mostly out of the game at this point, but he contributes some research to the weird hippie types that run the Promethean Institute. I don't really know what Cross is doing with him, but that's where he is.
What's Cross doing in general in Big Sur?
He's like, you ever hear of Operation Chaos?
Yep.
I'm not too familiar with it.
It's okay. The CIA is not supposed to work on American soil. Operation Chaos is us doing just that. And Captain Cross has taken it a little bit further, as he always does. I'll just tell you this. What he did to such great success in the Philippines, in Vietnam, what his friends did in Italy, what he was trying to do here, it's time for that to happen in America. In California is where it's all going down.
Thank you. I'm going to go and start rifling through and basically taking off any sort of like communication devices you might have on them. Take any weapons he might have. Basically take everything he has off.
Can I eat him now?
No.
No.
That would be too easy.
Ooh. And with that...
Well, I do want to say what I want to do to him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Let me hear it.
As soon as you take everything off and basically kind of just leave him in his drawers and whatever else he's wearing underneath his Hawaiian shirt, I want to put him in a parachute, hook up the static line, strap him in with like rope or duct tape, whatever, and kick him out of the helicopter into the jungle.
Whoa! Leave him stranded in the jungle. Awesome.
Nothing but
worse than that.
Nothing but its wits. Good luck, bitch. Sorry.
Wow. He like scream.
Can I do a quick attack of opportunity on him?
No,
I forced him. He didn't willingly move.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's where we're going to close this episode. You guys all level up, so you're all now level 7.
Woo.
And I'll say, like, I think I've been giving you guys reward. I think I gave Zai his reward already.
Yeah.
You did give Zai your reward already.
Yes. I will kind of let you guys pick your own rewards. So it could be some kind of an item. Maybe not the super powerful ones, but I'm sort of open at this point. Just go ahead and let me know what you want, and we can find a rationalization for it, and I'll probably the odds are I'll agree.
I was hoping to get a dragonhide belt, but it does not need to look like a dragonhide belt. It doesn't even need to be something she's wearing. It's just something she's manifesting.
Yeah, that's cool. We can talk about this off camera too if it's a little. You guys want time to think. Yeah, but I'm glad you know, you right away. You know what you want.
Oh no, it's a really good item for a monk. For one thing, it helps you regain ki.
Oh, that is super cool.
But it also makes your attacks better, or not your attacks better, but your ki empowered whatever's better. The DC goes higher.
Ooh, that is really cool. Okay, that sounds good to me. Rest of you guys can let me know, because we are taking. I gotta get this is the last of Valhalla's arc, so we got. I need a break to get the next one ready, and then 3 episodes left, and that is be the end of the Coldest War. We're getting to the climax. I'm very excited. So we're picking up in October, which perfect time, spooky season. Last one will be like right before Halloween, almost the 25th. I'm hoping that we'll get to do that. And the episode's going to take place during Halloween too. I got to do it. So the next one will be on the 11th, and we will see you then.
It's a tradition,
Hmm.
right? Man, Carter's different. There's some character development in that character, right? It was
Yeah.
pretty. Was pretty one to take care of Dodd this whole time, and now it's like, here's my colors. I see some, yeah.
That guy.
I'm just saying, there's some like,
It's
oh,
perfectly good food.
I think it's great. So seeing that was
Oh,
pretty
good.
dope. I was excited about that arc. But I think we have one more arc, right? You said.
Yeah.
Yes, so 3 more episodes.
So we got to take a, like you were saying, take a little break because Michael might be a genius, but he still needs
Needs a
he
break.
still needs
Oh,
time.
I got a
Break.
plan.
We still need,
Yeah.
still needs a moment to get this stuff put together. So thank you everyone. Thank you guys for playing. This means a lot. Thanks for people that are watching. If you watch live on all the different places or you watch it in VOD, it means just as much because this is what we do it for. We play all. Most of these guys play together outside of here. And this one is purely for not just for them to have fun, but to say, hey, you guys can have this type of fun too. Find a friend, go out there and do that. So, in those words, to have that kind of friend, you have to pull up a chair and make
Make
time to
time
tabletop.
Tabletop.
Oh, that's the first good segue I've ever made. I didn't even plan it.
Yes.
Thank you so much, guys. It means a lot for you guys to play and people that view this. So we will see you soon.
Only take you 5 years, Skeeter.
No, I'm gonna screw it up next time. It's fine.
No, it's perfection from
No,
here on.
just
Always.
one in a row. I'm a one in a row kind of guy.
Fair.
Oh, night, everybody.
Peace.
Down to
We'll
still
see.
on the Lederhosen.
Yep. And
Peter
we will see
Wilson.
what happens with what we can do now.
All right, peace out, guys.
Bye.